welcome to Third Time Sports Podcast. Just a heads up, this show contains adult language, unfiltered opinions, and a whole lot of passion for sports. If you're easily offended, this might not be the spot for you. But if you can't handle the heat, hit the subscribe button. And don't be a dick.
Man, what's the big old word, y'all? We back, man. Throw the towel. Sports podcast in the building. It's your boy, Captain Greg, Ace Juice, King James the Pharaoh, man. Y'all know what's going on, man. Playoffs. You know what I'm saying? We back here in the building to talk a little bit more about it, man.
Yes,
Once
sir.
again, the show is on. We were just seen last night, Western Conference Finals. Motherfucking OKC versus the Minnesota Timberwolves in OKC. OKC, obviously, their bench players turned it up a little bit. Got into the mix. Shea Gilders, of course, got the scoring a little bit. Uh, got the Wolves up out of there. You know, shout out to the now known MVP, Shea SGA. Congratulations to that man. You know what I'm saying? He deserved it. Putting in the work. You know what I'm saying? For sure. So. Congratulations to SGA and OKC and their organization for them picking up MVP. While we on that, before we jump into the next game tonight, what y'all think about that game, man? Let's break it down a little bit, man. What y'all think happened last night where Ant-Man uh, couldn't do Ant-Man things? You know what I'm saying? And
Ant-Man hurt himself. I
he
mean,
did. He definitely did hurt himself. I didn't want to bring it out right there. You know what I mean? But if people watched it, that was definitely one thing I took out of it. Like, hey, he hurt that ankle real good. You know what I'm saying? So we got to be worried about if he gonna even be there game two. You know, if not, you know,
Oh, he'll be out there.
phys-
He'll be out there game two for sure.
man, that was a good roll though, man. That was a good roll right there.
yeah,
Uh,
I don't think he should have came back and played last night.
right.
You could tell he wasn't as effective as he was before the injury.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like it. I'm be honest, I didn't like it. And then the way that it looks, if he ain't able to come back, this series over with.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that most definitely.
Yeah, because Rudy
Ant-Man.
Gobert ain't doing a fucking thing.
Yeah,
Uh,
the Ant-Man is Superman to the
um,
Wolves. Like, you know what I'm
it's
saying?
it's the fact that Julius Randle disappeared in the second half. The
Right.
man,
He started good in the first half.
he damn near had 20 points in the first half.
Yeah.
And then he disappeared in the second half. I
Well,
know
they
this
got
to be
they
true.
got outscored 70-40 or something like that in the second half.
All I know is I
Yeah, they
put
went crazy.
I put a prop bet in for Julius Randle to score another 10 points in the second half.
He
It
got
didn't
8.
happen. He didn't get 10 in the second half.
And it
Yeah, that's
finished the game
crazy.
with 28. I think part of the problem was, and Ant said it and addressed it in the interview, is I got to take more than what he took 13 shots.
Not even and two to add on what you're saying. I don't think he took enough shots, is what it was.
Exactly.
And
That's what he was saying too.
plus his shots was threes. That's something that really Ant-Man don't need to do. He's not that type of player. When he turn into that player when he get hot, and he only get hot when he drive into the hoop, taking them
He
mid
was three
range and
three
shit.
of 8 from
But
3-point.
in reality, Julius Randle disappeared. Yo,
Facts.
yo,
The
yo,
main help. Right,
Robin disappeared, right?
right.
Nas Reed had 0. If he did, he had 2 points, maybe 4.
He had
No,
4.
he ended
Nas
up
Reed
he
had
ended up
4.
in the second half. Yeah, he
Nas
only
Reed,
got
1 of
4.
11 on field goals, 4
One
total.
of
He
11.
he ended up having 16 points total, but like you
No,
said, no showing up in the second half.
no, Nas Reed didn't have 16.
Nas Reed had 4 points total. Naz Reid's plus minus for the game was minus 21.
Yeah.
So when
No
he was
way.
on the court, they were getting fucking cooked.
Yeah.
So he didn't have no points yesterday.
Four.
Naz Reid had four total points.
How many rebounds he had?
Hold on one second. Naz Reid, 8 rebounds.
Okay.
8 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 block. 3 turnovers though.
All right. So yeah, I had a thing in there where he was going less under 17 and a half with all those stats right there. And so overall he didn't even score that much. So it was the rebounds and the assists which filled that up for him in
No, and
general.
if you're looking at it, you look at another massive plus minus, man. DiVincenzo, when he was on the court, was minus 20.
Yeah, he wasn't doing nothing either.
That's
That's
the
what I'm
other
saying.
one.
This cast wasn't doing nothing.
DiVincenzo has just disappeared. He's been falling off later on in the season, but he has been non-existent in this.
That was your other one. So no Naz Reid, no Devinchenko, and no Julius Randle. That's shit. That's
Did they
30,
file
40
Rudy Gobert?
points.
Did they file Rudy Gobert out or something?
Nah, he just wouldn't do it. Ain't a fuck Rudy Gobert. Don't nobody ever say, as long as I get this from Rudy Gobert, he don't count. Fuck a Rudy Gobert.
Hold on, here we go.
They would still
They
be
need
there.
him out there, dude.
Hey, real quick.
They would still be where they are without
They need
Rudy
him out there.
Gobert. Oh, I'm willing to put everything I got that the Timberwolves will still be where they at without Rudy Gobert. He's a non-factor. He's been a non-factor. What's the Rudy Gobert game?
Dub, let me go ahead and this don't
that ain't
happen
my
often.
point.
I want to go ahead and 100% agree with you. Let me read Rudy Gobert's stat line from yesterday. Rudy Gobert, 21 minutes played, 1 of 3 field goals, 0 of 2 free throws.
He was out by
3
the
rebounds,
second half.
1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block, 1 turnover, 2 total points.
Bro, you know what that is?
You could have done that.
That's King James the Pharaoh at motherfucking 7'2". That's what the fuck that is. That stat line is King James the Pharaoh at 7'2".
Y'all got rid of the wrong center.
And not even that. It was gonna happen regardless. Like that was one thing we all like. A lot of people already said that Cat was gonna leave because he had been there already. You know what I mean? Like he been there forever. All that they the ones that went and got Rudy Gobert, and that kind of spit in your man's face if you supposed to be putting your chips in on something. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think Cat minds things in his face.
We not look. I don't look. I don't know nothing about that. No, did it. I don't know nothing about that. But yeah. Long story short, Wolves not gonna get it done if none of them people is gonna help Ant-Man. Period. Even though Gobert is a fucking non-factor. Overall, he's a presence, and they gonna need him if they gonna allow Hartenstein or Chet. Period. Really, Chet. Because Chet went crazy on him yesterday on the low. Like he went, he opened up his game pretty much yesterday when he started stepping out. When he doing stuff like that, he too comfortable. You know what I'm saying? That means we don't got to worry about Shea getting on 30 every time. Shea can come out here and struggle a little bit. We got Chet.
You got everybody other than Lou Dort in double figures for OKC.
Bro, they gonna get cooked. Minnesota gonna get cooked, bro.
They might get swept.
The matchups is terrible.
No, they ain't gonna get swept.
Yeah. No,
I don't know. The matchups is terrible. They don't have nobody to hold Jalen Williams. They don't
he bumping off. He bumped off so many people. That was crazy.
They have nobody to hold him. Nobody. Who? Jaden McDaniels? Who gonna hold him? Ant-Man? Who gonna hold Shy?
Ant-Man's only got one wheel right now, too.
Bro, they finna get cooked.
Yeah.
They finna get cooked. It is what it is. As much as they had a good run, that's it. They had a good run.
See, I'm not, like I said, at one point in time for a good majority of the game until, late third, early fourth quarter, Minnesota was only down by at most like 10. A 10-point game is still a ball game. When you can't get a single shot to save your fucking life, and you got your starters not putting what you had. Hold on, Minnesota had what? Two starters in double digits. Two people on the entire team in double digits. It was Julius Randle and Ant. Ant still ended up with 18, but that's not an Ant game. You know what I mean? Like you can't if your starters aren't scoring points and you ain't doing shit, then you're not gonna do shit.
Yeah, you're not gonna get it done.
They got too much firepower in OKC and not enough in Minnesota. Minnesota gonna have to play some better defense.
Yeah.
They got to find some better defense. If they want a shot in this series, they got to find better defense.
Not only that, once again, the key factors. Your team better be there to help you. Because if they're not, then you ain't gonna be able to do everything. I've seen one person in the past 10 years of basketball single-handedly come back and lead a team to win, and that's Steph Curry.
Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi.
If I may real quick, Minnesota as a team yesterday was 15 of 51 from three.
But
you can't win games by just chucking and praying. That's not how you're gonna win games.
Well, that's because they resources were slim. They resources were super slim.
Well, they got that stat. I got to be honest. That
ain't as bad. That ain't as bad as us.
Wait a minute. That stat gets padded when you down motherfucking 20 and fuck it, you just chucking up threes to try to get back in this game somehow. So right. I watched that game. In the third quarter, the game was out of reach. So they were just chucking up threes. By the end of the third quarter, all of the fourth quarter, they were just chucking up threes. It was that point. It was at that point to where it's over. So you can't look too much into that 15 out of 51, because if you watch that game, they was just chucking them up at the end. They was
the one thing I can't attest to it though. In this post game interview, Ant-Man said it was like playing like against an AAU basketball team. He's like, these dudes are just flying all over on the defensive side of the ball. He's like, we were not ready for that. He's like, we're gonna watch some tape. We're gonna regroup. He goes, we'll be back game 2 strong. I believe that. I don't think this is a sweep. That's just my personal.
I don't see a sweep.
I think if we don't go,
get it together,
we're going. I don't think we're going 7, but we're definitely going 5 or 6. That's
Minnesota. I guarantee Minnesota will win 1 in Minnesota.
I'm with that.
If Lord willing, they can win this game coming up tomorrow and win the game at home. That's what they need to do.
But I guarantee they win 1 in Minnesota.
See, my thing is, I'm a believer in rest equals rust. You had that much time off, and OKC really wasn't dealing. Sorry, despite what SGA may show out on the court, where he's just getting murdered.
Who had time off?
They had about the same time off.
Who had time off?
Minnesota had more than they did. Is what I'm
They
saying.
didn't.
No, they didn't. They had about the same time.
Minnesota didn't go to 7 games.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, they went 7.
They went 6.
6. They went 6.
Yeah, see, that's still an extra 2-3 days off.
No, it wasn't.
Not like
not by the way that they played.
It's like a day.
It was a day. It was a day.
Maybe 2. Maybe 2.
It was basically 2 days, because they had the day. They had the one day that OKC, they played the day before OKC. So then they had the day off that OKC played. Then they both had that next day off. Then they played yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah, so it was like 2 days pretty much, if you want to look at it like that. Because a matter of fact, it was too, because
the only people that had
the other teams were still playing.
Time off.
Which was us. You know what I'm saying? And Denver, OKC. So they ended up going 7. OKC went 7. We went 6. You know what I'm saying? So
and Minnesota went 6.
Right. So that really gave OKC more time. Like they the ones that had to date 2 days, if you want to be technical. You know what I'm saying? Because they beat Denver.
No, Minnesota had 2 days because they played the day
Who
before.
they played? They played the Warriors.
Minnesota played the Warriors. They beat the
Right.
Warriors and clinched. And then the next day,
SGA and them beat
OKC
the
played Game 7.
Okay,
yeah,
quick
yeah,
question.
yeah,
Quick
yeah,
question.
yeah.
Let's. I was wrong. I apologize. If Steph Curry would have been healthy, we would be talking about a different matchup right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Him and Jimmy Butler was a threat.
Fuck a Jimmy Butler. Fuck a Jimmy Butler, nigga. He's a threat. Jimmy Butler was a decoy.
Nah, yeah, but he was, you know, it made it easier for Steph to continue to be that threat who he is because Steph, he had the ball, he can get a ball to somebody. You feel me? He can trust somebody with the ball. So it's like, and Jimmy gonna make them right decisions. Again, he would have got
Jimmy is like that. He you hear him, so you get worried and scared. Oh,
yeah,
I better watch out. But he ain't gonna do shit. We
type shit.
seen that. Because if Jimmy was really something, he would have stepped up and scored
And
at
took them
least 30.
past that. Yeah, he would at least got another game under their belt with Steph gone. Period. You
He
know what I
couldn't
mean?
even
That's what you're supposed to do.
he couldn't even will them to a win by himself.
Right.
And we know Steph could at least will one more game.
Yeah. Steph almost would have tried to take him to game 7 for real.
Yeah.
If Steph was there, they'd be going to game 6 at least. You feel me? So like we wouldn't even be at everything would be down there different right now. But yeah, that's what happened yesterday, y'all. You
Man,
know what
but
I'm
fuck the
saying?
hypotheticals, dog. Let's talk about the
1-0.
real
Hold
shit.
on, dog. God damn it.
God damn it.
Shit.
Y'all know what it is.
God damn it now here.
Y'all know what it is.
We going to the other side of the map, man. You know what I'm saying? Literally other side of the map. And it's pretty much the Midwest side, close enough to the East Coast side. We got the Eastern Conference. Hot shit. The rivalry that ain't happened since the Cubs won the World Series. Ah! Look. Motherfucking them Pacers versus the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? Definitely gonna be popping tonight in New York. MSG is gonna be lit. And you know they coming in there to disrespect. You know what I'm saying?
Real talk though, as a ride or die Knicks fan, let's start with Dub on this.
Look.
Oh wait, my bad. I misread the shirt.
Look, nah, man, real life
Josh
shit,
Hart,
man.
John Starks, 106 in Park. It don't matter.
Look.
Pacers in 5.
But and to be honest, this gonna be a one of them ones right here that everybody gonna be watching. I had a conversation with somebody the other day. We was talking, and they tried to say that Indiana going to the championship, it'll be probably the least watch. And I'm like, no. Now that you think about it, no, I don't think so because it's a lot of things that's been happening based on what's happening right now with the Pacers. You know what I'm saying?
See, I do agree with that.
But it's been a lot of Indiana good things happening.
I agree with the least watch just because you don't have.
It depends on who goes. It depends
bigger
on
market teams
who
in there. You know what I mean? Like the Knicks. If like let's say there's no Laker. You know what I mean? Like there's no this year for the first time in a long time. The NBA script got busted. The teams that are supposed to be there are there instead of running into roadblocks for no fucking reason. So we don't have a Lakers. We don't have a Celtics. We got a Pacers team that is young and hungry and going for what, their first ever championship dub? Not talking shit respectfully. You got OKC who's going for their first ever championship as a franchise. You got the young Wolf. You got Ant. You know what I mean? I think like this entire situation for me should be great for basketball, but I don't think it's great for viewership based on the market, the teams. That's just me.
Mikal Bridges, Brooklyn Bridges. Don't matter.
Hey,
London
Manhattan
Bridge is falling
Bridges.
down.
Pacers and 5.
oh yeah. It's game time though, man. It's time to see what the hell going on, man. Point blank.
Real talk.
Period.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Real talk. I just got to
Yeah.
get this out the way, man. I told y'all put some respect on our motherfucking name last time I was on. This is not the first time we've been in the Eastern Conference Finals. This is a back-to-back. Show some respect. Not only is it back-to-back, but we blowing through these motherfuckers, man. We got the game plan. I don't know if y'all know this guy by the name of Lethal Shooter, but I understand it now. The Pacers have lost 2 games, all playoffs, in 2 rounds. Because you know what happens? They take a loss, and I understand it now. I want y'all to understand. They took a loss in the Eastern Conference Finals last year against the champs. They didn't lose to the runners-up. They lost to the champs. Now they back. We understand it now.
But they do say in order to beat a champ, you got to beat the champs. And it just so happened that the Knicks is the ones that beat the champs. And they bring and y'all going into their house. You know how y'all get down, both of y'all. You know what I'm saying? This is why I like it because this where it get heated at. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I,
I got
I'm
to
not
be honest.
I'm not gonna say
This
I'm
was the
forced to pick
matchup.
it. Go
If
ahead.
you go back and you see before the playoffs started, this was the matchup I didn't want to see early. I didn't want to see this early. Eastern Conference Finals. But I got to be honest with you, man. I've never been more confident in my team going into a series. I was more
Yeah.
worried about Cleveland. I'm be honest. I was more worried about the Cleveland series stretching out to 7 than I am this one. There's a dislike for this team, for that state, for that city that brings out something in this rivalry. And it brings out something. And this team, this Indiana Pacer team, I don't know if people just ain't been watching or just ain't been paying attention, but the game ain't over down 20. This team has grit. This team has determination. This team got that old 90s oomph to it, right? This Indiana Pacer team got that 90s don't back down, talk, stand your ground. You want to play physical? We'll play physical, but you better be ready to play fast and physical. And I'm going to be honest, I talk that shit in 5, but it's not going past 6. And I got the Pacers winning because I don't see in the New York, I don't see they being able to run. We literally wear you down every
Yeah.
fucking game. I heard TJ McConnell say something, and he says he plays to exhaustion every fucking game. He said that is the only way he made the NBA. He said his niche was to pick up full court. He's like, nobody picks up full court, so that was my thing, was to pick up full court and be great at it all fucking game. Pick your ass up, full court, all fucking game, out hustle you. You know what I mean? I'm not taller than you. I'm not a better athlete than you, but to out hustle you all fucking game was his thing. That's how he made it. And he plays like that to this day. This team out hustles you. Even me during the season, I'm like, boy, what the fuck? And then here they go. Bow, bow. Somebody, Ben Shepherd, fucking Jarris Walker, Obi Toppin. Who the fuck is it gonna be tonight? Type shit. Like, you can't game plan for as deep as they go in the bench. Benedict Mathurin any night give you dub. TJ McConnell come in and give you 16 and 7 assists. You know, I got a feeling we gonna grind these suckers out. They may come in hot because they coming fresh off that win. You know, they may hold down home court. Pacers might have to take it in 6 in New York. I mean, you know, 5. They might have to win game 5 in New York, right? Because 3 and 4 are
It's
being
2-2. It's 2-2, and
yeah,
then
3
it'd
and
be
4
back
are
to
being
New York.
Indiana. So they may have to win game 5 and then come home and win in 6. You know,
If they win in 6, it'll be in Indiana.
if they steal
If
game 1 or 2, if the Pacers steal game 1 or 2, Pacers in 5
if they still 1 and 2,
or 2.
I'm gonna say and.
If
If
they
they
steal
still both, right?
definitely,
Yeah. At this point ain't no ors to me. It ain't
definitely
no room
Pacers
for
in 5.
ors. Is
I
if this happens, you know what I'm saying? With a lot of people saying that won't happen, or they don't think it's gonna happen, it's not gonna look good for the Knicks. And I'm gonna say this on the half of my breakdown that I've been able to just mentally have throughout their lineups. You got Mikal Bridges. He'll be playing what the 3 spot, which is either Siakam or no, not Siakam, but it'll be either somebody like Toppin or Aaron Naismith. You know what I'm saying? He gonna definitely have to play against somebody rough. And then on top of that, that's an automatic cancel out because they almost the same kind of player. You got Pascal Siakam, of course, which is gonna be guarding Anunoby. You know what I'm saying? Helping on Cat, switching back and forth on Cat and Anunoby with Miles Turner. You know what I'm saying? Then Miles Turner and Cat kind of cancel themselves out too because
they
they
get up
both
for
of
each other. They get
right,
up for each other. Cat
right.
averages 30 against us.
Right, and then Turner can do the same thing if he feeling it too. Let's be for real. And then
He averages 17 and 8.
but they also a shoot first center almost. So they like to go back and forth with that game a little bit when it come to them two, which I do know. You know what I'm saying? Because Cat usually supposed to put up a 40, but like you said, he putting up 31 and some change. You feel me? Because he be choosing to shoot, and I'm sure some of his shit comes straight from the 3. Majority of his
Well,
points come straight from the 3.
Cat is a bad matchup for us because he's Miles Turner.
Hey, that's what I'm telling you. My breakdown period is they putting the players that's got to play against each other, but they cancel each other out. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Halliburton and you got Jalen at the head of the snake. You know what I'm saying? And Jalen
He's a
should
little
be.
banged up right now, though.
Both of them is. Let's be for real. You know what I mean? Halliburton got a little hand, whatever. You know what I mean? Brunson got the ankle, whatever. Few
Josh
other
Hart got
things.
socked in the
Josh
face.
Hart got the stitches in the eye. You know what I'm saying?
He
So I
deserves that
mean,
shit, though.
everybody turned up. You know what I mean? Everybody got some licks for sure. You know what I'm saying? But the way that they play is gonna negate who's gonna be able to overcome one or the other because they both kind of cancel each other out, which makes it even more good of a series because who's gonna be the team to take advantage of that cancel? You know what I'm saying? Who's gonna look past that and dig deep to bring out, you know what I'm saying, that other side. Now I can say yes, Jalen Brunson been playing clutch. Yes, you know what I mean, his Cavs been there a little bit more, but I'll tell you what,
All the
uh,
Villanova Knickerbockers.
all around, Tom Thibodeau gonna have to come with a different situation and a different switch for this Pacers team because not only do they got a starting 5 plus 2 that gonna alternate, they got 3, 4 more people off the bench that you don't even really be doing tape on, but you got to be looking out for when they come in the game because they'll make an opening for the players that they need to have an opening like Halliburton, Pascal, Turner, so forth and so on. Maybe even Nemhard. You know what I'm saying? Let's throw Nemhard for a 4th player in there because he's definitely an anchor at this point to that team. And I'm like I said, I'm pumped up to see the game. You know, this is the most I've been happy just to see something keep going and there be some good teams in there. We got one
Two things.
side with, huh?
Two things to watch tonight.
Yeah.
2 things to keep your eye out on tonight. The referee crew, Zach Darby. Just to put that out there. To look up and see what his motherfucking discrepancies was last year. Last year, his calls was crazy. They had Jalen Brunson on the line so motherfucking much, it was ridiculous that we filed a complaint to the league. Literally, Rick Carlisle and them filed a complaint to the league. Google that, but that's who the crew chief is tonight. So keep an eye on that. Second thing, keep an eye on. I hate to say it, but it's the truth. Cleveland is a lot louder than Madison Square Garden. I don't know why.
Man, them fans is crazy though. Them fans ain't as crazy in Cleveland as it is in New York.
New York, they wild, they crazy. But
that's what
Cleveland
makes it crazy.
Is fucking loud. It is fucking loud. I physically have been there. Game 7, watching the Pacers against Cleveland. I have been in that arena. It gets fucking loud. I don't know if y'all heard it on TV when the Pacers was playing them, but it gets fucking loud in there. Even Rick Carlisle has said it gets about as loud as it does back home. Like New York. So that plays, because if the Pacers take the crowd out of it, it's a different game.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different game. So those are 2 things that, aren't the things you usually watch that I would say keep an eye on tonight, just as, a Pacer, because the whistle, see how they blowing it.
The one thing that stands out to me here, we're looking at the Eastern Conference Final and the Western Conference Final, right? Tickets for tonight's Pacers-Knicks game, granted, it's in New York, right? The cheapest seat you can find, nosebleed, $422.
Crazy.
The cheapest seat you can find in Oklahoma City on Thursday, $89.
That's wild.
That's insane.
This Eastern Conference Final, everybody is barking, Western Conference got it all year. OKC may have the best record in basketball or whatever. No, this right here.
That shows the market is crazy.
This Knicks-Pacers series, if you're a Knicks or a Pacers fan, means so much more than anything that's going on in that Western Conference
Final. And that sucks.
Hell yeah.
That sucks because the cheapest ticket for Game 3 in Indianapolis, I looked, $400.
Hold on.
That's because them Knicks
fans
traveling. They know they traveling. They traveling.
For Game 3, $209?
$209 right now, according to ESPN in Indy.
According to ESPN, traveling. But click on Ticketmaster. Fuck, ESPN's a lie. Bro, I'm here.
Still, hey, the cheapest game in Minnesota is still $70 cheaper than that.
Bro, that's a fucking lie, dog. I can't. Bro, I was literally
I
wanted to be in the house. Bro, the cheapest ticket right now is $380 something, $369. Matter of fact, go to my Twitter, O Forever, at O Forever. If you go to my Twitter, I tagged the NBA, the Pacers, the Pacers media, Pacers at KF, which is Kevin Pritchard. I tagged them all, and I said, damn, can we get ticket prices, at least in the balcony, in Indiana salary prices? Because these are New York salary prices, and we're going to have a house full of Knicks at this price. Because in the state of Indiana, we don't make, you can raise our minimum wage. We appreciate that. It'd be nice to make New York money.
Yeah, everything I'm seeing is ESPN, their ticket prices are based on SeatGeek. So it's a resale site.
Yeah, $389.
Yeah. Overall, that's sad as hell. But we see what's important to the masses, you know what I'm saying? And it be like that when it be like that. And then it's like that in Indy because they know they about to travel. But I'm glad we got to get that out, gentlemen.
Hey, yo, Thomas Bryant versus OG Anunoby. Hey, check that matchup out.
Expect Obi Toppin to do something, man.
You heard me, Ace.
I heard you.
You know what that is, right?
What's
Say
that?
what now?
OG Anunoby versus Thomas Bryant.
No, what's that?
That's IU. That's Hoosiers.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Same
yeah.
class. They played on the same squad.
Look, we'll see.
Oh, we got
It's
that
a
right
lot.
there. Yeah, no, we know
It's a
all
lot
about
that
it.
I
Yeah.
didn't know.
Well, I
What's
mean, I
gonna
thought
happen?
Ace was on it, but obviously I had to refresh him, Mr. IU. But yeah, they played on the same team with Oladipo, Thomas Bryant, OG Anunoby.
Shout out to
Oladipo.
the Mass Singer runner-up, Victor Oladipo.
Where is Victor Oladipo?
Just
Making music.
I don't know, trying his best to be the best.
Hey man, we ain't gonna do that. I got this appointment to get to, y'all. We don't get started, dude. Leave him alone. We don't know
Shout out
where
to
he
Levi
at.
right there. Pacers in 5.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Levi Jones, man. Shout out to you, man, for real. The
My
ringside, the
man
front row.
Levi.
It's always somebody down there watching for sure, man. He said Pacers in 5, man. You see, we up, man. And me being a Boston fan, I'm from the hometown. You know what I'm saying? I have been to a Pacer game, and I had exclusively, and I've been to a Celtic game in the Pacer Stadium exclusively. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't picking no
in the
sides. You know
Pacers
what I'm saying? But I'm
historic
just saying
group.
it could be sunny side. It could be right here in ringside. But when you come back and the niggas was down 3-1.
It's their backside. That's what's up.
That's right.
Hey man, I don't really like zero a lot, but when I do transfer, you know what I'm saying, I usually tend to show love. You know what I'm saying, and I had to do that just to get into the game. I had to explain that to
I'm
some
telling you
people
right now,
after the fact.
Halliburton's got so much rage pent up from never playing in that gold medal game.
Hey man, just
in the
remember
entire Olympics.
overrated.
And he's showing every motherfucker why he should have had some minutes during that.
Just
during that
remember
run.
overrated going into this game tonight. And with that being said, protect your motherfucking skull at all times. Is yours truly, Captain Great. My team up top, Ace Juice, King James. Definitely appreciate y'all popping in so we can get this work in. Episode 75.
Pacers in 5, motherfucker. I'm with them.
Josh Hart, John Starks, Central Park, don't matter. Pacers in 5.
Hey man, we out of here. Peace.
I was TV trained with under Al Snow, Doug Basham, Mason Maria, Josh Ashcraft, Southern Discomfort. Like I got to learn from some of the best people that I've been and where I want. You want to learn